So Robert Griffith III agrees with us and says it's obvious that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark and then gets attacked by Ryan Clark. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark.
And I'm Rob.
So, hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so at the notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next video. And join us for Caitlin Clark's crossover tonight, 5:30, 6:30, and the game from 7:30 on, and Mondays, 6 to 7 Eastern time, respectively, except for major holidays like Memorial Day. So Robert Griffith III, as probably most people know, was a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, went to the Washington Redskins, had an injury, magnified it by continuing to play, and then never really recovered from it. Unfortunately, had a short career. He was playing really well, too.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's active on Twitter, and he started out with this tweet. So this is the tweet. It's from a Yahoo article. It said, after watching Caitlin Clark's foul on Angel Reese in the aftermath, there's no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hate looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate. I agree with that 100%, Rob.
Yes, I do too.
And Ryan Clark is, I guess he's a preacher too, but he's also a podcaster, and he's an ex-football player. Mm-hmm. And he didn't like Robert Griffith III take on this, Rob, and he responded to it and attacked the fact that he's married to a white woman.
We moved in to being able to read the expressions of a person and know their intent, know their character, know their perspective. But he does understand hate, because I think he also understands the hate of self. When you look at the play, which is all we can speak to as professionals, all we can speak to as analysts, Angel Reese pushed one of her teammates. Caitlin Clark had a hard foul, which is part of basketball. I feel like it was assessed correctly. And Angel Reese's reaction is the sort of reaction you get in a situation when you feel like you took an intentionally hard foul. That's competitiveness. That's rivalry. That's,
again, people keep saying that, Rob, and that wasn't a normal reaction. She overreacted to a hard foul. Yeah. Like, okay, we'll go on. We've talked about that before.
Yeah,
it's not hate. And so now, though, when RG3 jumps on to the hate train or to the angry train, and now follows along with what we saw from Keith Olbermann, what we saw from Dave Portnoy, as they poured on to Angel Reese to make her the villain in Caitlin Clark's.
Well, that's not true. She made herself the villain, but okay.
Right. Hold on. Yeah. In his previous, he said he has another take where he quotes from what she said. And then she says, I keep on saying all the time, she says, I'll take on the role of the bad guy.
Right. Here we go.
Heroic or hero story.
Right.
The one thing we know about RG3 is he's not having conversations at his home about what Black women have to endure in this country, about what young Black women and athletes like Angel Reese have had to deal with being on the opposite side of Caitlin Clark's rise and ascension into stardom. No,
stop it there, Mark. Stop it there, Mark. This with Black women athletes. Where is did they get, like Jackie Robinson, did they get like stopped like you can't play basketball, or where the black women athletes of all sports are excelling? There's no like, oh, there's a Black woman. They don't face any prejudice or anything or bias before like Black men coming into the league. They didn't really face that kind of thing as Black men coming into any of the leagues. So, and then plus they're all set. These pampered kids out of school. What problems do they have?
Rob, let me play that part again, because I'm flabbergasted by his statement about what she had to endure because of Caitlin Clark is a great basketball player. I want to make sure I understand what he's trying to say.
About what Black women have to endure in this country, about what young Black women and athletes like Angel Reese have had to deal with being on the opposite side of Caitlin Clark's rise and ascension into stardom. No.
So why is that so difficult for her as a Black athlete to deal with Caitlin Clark's ascension as a star athlete? I don't recall that being a problem for SGA in the NBA because Jokic's rise in the NBA. I don't understand. What does she have to deal with? This happens all the time in sports. Someone becomes a star. Why is that difficult for Angel Reese as opposed to anybody else?
Right. Breonna Stewart, even the older one, even the older white players that came in the WNBA. That were, what are they talking about? How that Clark is making them. How is she affecting? She's giving a positive effect, not a negative.
He seems to be saying that black women, when white athletes become stars, it's more difficult for them to deal with the fact that the white woman became a star. That's what he seems to be saying.
Yeah, but I'm like, why? Why?
All right. So, okay.
When you look at it, I think A'ja Wilson is the face of the league.
Okay, so he's delusional. We know Caitlin Clark is the face of the league, but we'll go on. We've already talked about that so many times. Her being the best player last year doesn't make her the face of the league. She's not nearly as popular as Caitlin Clark.
But Mark, I also want to go back. Mark, I also want to go back while I can see where he's going with this, because RG3's wife is white. So he's trying to say because his wife is white, that he doesn't know about the plight of the young black girls. Last I looked at RG3, I think he was black.
Yeah, his mother's black. His mother's definitely black, Rob.
Yeah. So I don't know what he's talking about. I don't think he doesn't know.
I saw this in another video. His mother's black, so he's talked with black women before. I don't know if he has brothers and sisters, but he has a black mother.
Yeah,
so he's had conversations with her.
Last I checked, yeah.
Let's see. I'm sure he's got other women in his family who are black too. So, okay, Here we go.
Wilson is the best player in the league. Caitlin Clark is the most important player in the WNBA.
At least he admits that.
And a ton of her fandom has come along with some racial bias or some racial pieces to why people love her so much. And so
there's no proof that it came along because of racial bias.
What does it mean by racial piece?
I don't know.
Again, what you're saying? The rise of this white woman is brings up it is bringing up the racial. Yeah, actually, he is right on that part, Mark. It is bringing up racial.
I've admitted before that a small part of her popularity is because she's white, but other than that, this is not true.
So now, if you're RG3, when is the last time within your household you've had a conversation about what she's dealing with? You haven't been able to do that because in both of your marriages, you've been married to white women.
Oh, yeah,
I'm going to stop it there because, but anyways, that's what people are upset about, especially RG3. And he responded by saying, "I hope you get the help that you need."
Yeah, I mean, what? So his relationship with having, so if I went out with a white girl, that means that I know nothing with how the black plight of black women are. Even though I have 3 sisters, my mother's black, and my auntie's black, my grandmother's black, and most of my relatives are black. So I know nothing about the plight of the black women because I had my relationship with 2 white women in my household. I don't know about that.
No, I guess
what does that mean?
So yeah, RG3 responded back saying he was really upset about that, and he should be. He also doubled down on it, Rob, and this is what he said: Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. It's staring it's all right in the face, but people are afraid to say it. Won't answer questions about Caitlin Clark. Gets mad when people praise Caitlin Clark for the explosion of popularity around women's basketball. Celebrates when her teammates flagrantly foul Caitlin Clark. Goes after and tries to punch Caitlin Clark after a routine, make them earn it foul after Angel Reese fouled Aaliyah Boston with a push. It was actually Natasha Howard, but okay, yeah. With a push in the back that wasn't called. That's just hate. That's jealousy and resentments. Some people get uncomfortable when you say Angel Reese hates or is jealous of Caitlin Clark because of the complex racial history of America and the historical stereotypes of the angry or jealous black woman. I understand that. Angel Reese isn't some jealous black woman. Angel Reese is an NCAA champion, a great basketball player. She's a competitor who has shown she doesn't like how Caitlin Clark is crowned, while she criticized for showing the same confidence and fire in her own way. That's not an assumption. That's what Angel Reese has said and shown us all. Oh, yeah, that can turn into hate, jealousy, and resentment. That's what makes this rivalry real to a lot of viewers. Clark is the most popular athlete in America, and Angel Reese is the Isaiah Thomas to Caitlin Clark's Michael Jordan. Wow, that's a good comparison. Notice that Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan are the same race. That's interesting. But that's what will continue to raise the popularity of the WNBA. People care about rivalries. Rivalries aren't built on handshakes. They are forged in fire, fouls, and pride. Angel Reese wants to beat and outshine Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese has said she is the villain. That is sports. That's the game. Angel Reese has beat Caitlin Clark. Well, that's not true. Her team did, but okay. But never outshined her. That part's true. Even when Angel won the national title, the First Lady wanted to see her and Caitlin Clark at the White House. Over time, the hate and resentment has built up from all of this. You could see it in her overreaction and the routine basketball play foul. I'm just not afraid to say it. That was his response after what Ryan Clark said, Rob. And I summarized this in the last video, and I'll summarize it again in case you didn't see the other video. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark have known each other since they were younger, and they actually played on some of the national teams together. And then when they came out, Angel Reese was like the number 2 recruit in the country. Caitlin Clark was number 4, but Caitlin Clark has outplayed her all throughout college. She was first-team All-American 4 years in a row by the U.S. Basketball Writers Association, 3 times in a row by AP, second team by AP freshman year. She was second in the Player of the Year voting her sophomore year in the AP poll. Leah Boston, her current teammate, won it. And then in her junior year, that particular year, she was first-team All-American. Angel Reese was only third-team All-American. And in her junior year, Caitlin Clark won all 5 Player of the Year major awards, and Leah Boston was second this time. Angel Reese got 0 votes every year, all 4 years, Rob, in the AP. That's the only one that actually releases the votes. She got 0 votes. Yet after the third year, she was asked who's the best player in the country. She said, who the media thinks or really? And she said, me. So you can see that she thinks she is better than Caitlin Clark and Leah Boston for that matter.
Right.
And that she was the best player in the country, at least her last couple of years of his college career, which isn't true at all. Nobody thinks that. And so you can see that also Caitlin Clark got all the popularity. And she also says that the league and the women's basketball became popular because of the one game that she won. And you can see that in what she says. And it's really not true. And she is such a narcissist, and she wants all the attention and the publicity and wants everybody to tell her that she's the greatest and she's the best. And people are saying that about Caitlin Clark. That's why she hates Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. She hates
that's all it is to it.
Because she's better than him. She's better than him. And then, let me finish, Mark. And then she's better than him. And then like she's not even working on her game at all. At least Caitlin Clark is working on her game to become a better player. Doesn't seem like Reese this year is even. I mean, she did play more. She played more. She played in the summer league, but I didn't see any improvement. I still don't see any improvement, though it's only like 2 games, 1 or 2 games. Still, I don't see any kind of improvement as far as what Angel Reese can even. She's not even on her level. She's not even in the ratings. She's not even on the same level as Caitlin Clark.
And there's no doubt that a certain percentage of this is because Caitlin Clark is white. A certain percentage just because she's the biggest narcissist in sports along with Asia Wilson. But there's no doubt that some of this bothers her because she's white in a predominantly black sport. No question in my mind about that. I can't say what percentage or how much it is, but she hates her partly because she's a popular white player and she's not the black player getting the publicity and the praise.
Why does she hate Asia Wilson, though, Mark? Why does she go after Wilson?
She's black, Rob. That's what I'm saying. It's definitely a part of this.
Right.
She doesn't hate Paige because Paige did that Epstein speech. She doesn't hate Juju Watkins. And Juju Watkins got a lot of publicity this year. That didn't bother Angel Reese.
No.
It bothers Angel.
Wait till Juju comes in. Oh, wait till she comes into the league, though.
We'll see what her reaction is then, because Juju is going to get as much publicity as Angel Reese probably. At least based upon what she got last year, where she was overrated and over-publicized. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, Rob. It will be interesting whether she's going to resent Juju too. But she probably will, because she is a narcissist. And she resents anyone who gets more publicity and is praised higher than she is. she's an extreme narcissist is the problem. And she's very immature. So that's where all this comes from. And that's a great take by Robert Griffith III, Rob. I didn't really know much about, comments that he's made in the past. And Ryan Clark, you could expect that from him. He said dumb things in the past. And so, anyways, I thought it was a great take. And just wanted to share that with you. If you like this video, hit the like button. And feel free to share it with your family, friends, and acquaintances. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. Hit the notification bell when you just get notified of our next video. And thanks all the new subscribers, and thanks for support to all the old subscribers. And join us for Kate and Clark's crossover tonight from 5:30, 6:30, and 7:30 is the game. We'll go live for that. And on Monday, 6 to 7 for Kate and Clark's crossover. Again, Eastern time, except for major holidays, especially like Memorial Day. Okay. And if you want, you can donate to this channel with super chats and super thanks down below. And a link to PayPal. And we'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.